Providing liquidity for DeFi Kingdoms items has been profitable. Let's go over it. Here's some tips too. So for all the items, especially the gold and the eggs, here's the thing. You have to put in sufficient liquidity though, because so when I first deposit, so right here in this DFK gold and jewel pool for DeFi Kingdoms, there's a few other things I want to hit on too, maybe an ARB opportunity, and also, man, I keep butchering up. I'm crazy. I haven't, again, another night goes by not sleeping. I haven't been sleeping. It's definitely affecting my head because all these videos, I keep mixing things up. I'll mean to say Jewel, but I'll say Crystal. I'll mean to say Serendale, but I'll say Crystalville. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Okay, so in this, on Serendale, with this Jewel gold pool, okay, I put in, this is right now 491 Jewel. I put in 489 Jewel. So I've gained 2 Jewel, and we're just talking a day and a half to 2 days, like less than 2 days. I gained 2 Jewel. Okay, and I put in 397,000 gold, and it's up to 398. So I've gained 2 Jewel and 1,000 gold in that pool. So when you look at the eggs are maybe the most profitable liquidity pool that I've been finding. The golden eggs, I also yesterday said yellow egg when I meant to say gold egg. Anyways, okay. So looking at this here, this has been awesome. Now, the problem, when you initially provide liquidity, it dings you on both the eggs or whatever items that you're putting in and the jewel. You get dinged for both. And it's a little wonky sometimes. So it's definitely, you don't want to do eggs unless you have at least 10 and maybe at least 15. So let me show you here. So on this pool here with the golden eggs, which look at that, I'm about 88% of the pool. So basically I've made it possible to potentially arbitrage golden eggs, which has been nice. I'll show you. Okay, so when I initially put in these golden eggs, you want to kind of look at what you actually put in, and you have to verify what you actually put in and not go off what it says. So this initially said that I put in 26 gold, but I actually only put in 25 gold. So it said that I put in 28 golden eggs. It said I put in 28 golden eggs, but I actually put in 26. Okay. But once you look at it, you want to look at where's the starting point, because you don't want to do these pools unless you're going to leave it in here for a period of time. But it's quickly gaining. If you go off what the initial liquidity says it has and ignore what you actually put in, if you can do that, you can look at both. I'm looking at both. Going off what it says, when I first put this in, it said that I had 25 golden eggs and 2287 jewel, 2,287 jewel. So this has gone all over the place. So you get fees. So if you see here, it said I had 25 golden eggs, and it says I put in 2,287 jewel. So I've gained 1 golden egg, but I've only lost 49 jewel at this point. Okay, and this has gone all over the place. But if you look at that right now, so basically I've gained a golden egg, but only lost 49 jewel. So when you look at the price of a golden egg, okay, and I looked at the Shiva runes, okay, where there's lots of volume, that's when you're gaining the fastest. Okay, so 1 golden egg, that's yellow egg. Sorry, egg. Okay, 1 golden egg is 87 jewel. So basically in the pool, in a day and a half, I've gained 1 golden egg, but only lost 49 joule. So essentially, if you look at the rate at which this pool is gaining, in 1.5 to 2 days, I've gained a golden egg for the price of 49 joule. So essentially, I gained what is that? I gained 37 joule. I've gained 37 joule in this pool. Now, it's not going to work. It's not going to work if you don't put in a decent amount of eggs. So I can show examples there, but regardless, it's getting awesome interest. I mean, really awesome. So imagine if I leave this in for a month or two, it's going to really, I'm going to be gaining, like in this case with gold and jewel, and also with gold and crystal on Crystalville. I did gold and crystal on Crystalville and gold and jewel. Got quite a bit more liquidity there because there's ARB opportunities. So even when I looked at the rune pool, the Gaia Tears pool, when you first deposit the liquidity, you get hit, it hurts you, you're losing money. But if you leave it in there, you're actually over time, especially on the pools with lots of volume, you're gaining. So with this, with the yellow egg, I put in 16 yellow eggs and 531 joule. So I've lost an egg and it's at 555. If we look at the price of the golden eggs, so that one within the day and a half, and I'm providing about half the pool liquidity as well. I mean, the yellow eggs. So the yellow eggs, sorry guys, gosh, the yellow eggs they're just more expensive too. But I think actually, if you do the math, I've gained a little bit of joule here. So I'm up to 555 joule, where I was at 531 joule. So I'll continue to monitor this. And on the green eggs, totally, I smashed it on this. So I've been making a lot of, I've lost some of the green eggs. So there's actually been some more people buying the green eggs than selling. So that kind of surprised me. I thought I'd be losing joule, but gaining green eggs. So I put in on the green eggs, I've put in 53 green eggs. Now I'm at 51 green eggs, but I put in 851 joule. 851 joule. So I've lost 2 green eggs, but I've gained about 46 joule. So I've lost 2 green eggs for 46 joule. Well, the price of green eggs right now are around 15 joule. So I'm gaining on the joule. It's awesome in just a short period of time. Now I didn't have as many because I've either hatched or sold my gray and blue eggs. So those haven't, and I just put those in last night actually. Okay. So I'm gaining from what I can tell, and even the items. So when I'm looking at the items, even though there's not as much trading volume on these items, except for runes and Gaia Tears, I'm doing better actually on those pools. It surprised me. So I'm just going to start putting more of these items in. And so I'm okay with losing joule and getting more items. So you're either going to lose joule and get more items, or you're going to lose the items and get more joule. If that makes sense. That's how the providing liquidity works. I'm going to get with Faulty Poker and figure out how he uses a tool or something. Maybe he just looks on chain and he's actually able to tell us what the actual APR is on these pools. But I know on a lot of the pools, it's actually over 100% APR. And I'm wondering if it's even better than that. From what I'm seeing, I think it's better than 100%, maybe better than 200, 300, 400% APR. Awesome. And so if you're good with gaining more items, I'm loving it. I just added some more milkweed. That has been really good. Okay. Okay. Because there's more trading volume on the milkweed. I've just been selling the swift thistle because I think it's at a premium, and I think they're going to figure out that on Crystalville. I feel like they have to. Okay, the ARB opportunity with gold. So once they open up the bridge for all these items and for gold, I think that's gonna be awesome. But one little tiny way you could do an ARB opportunity is that the gold on Serendale is worth quite a bit more than the gold on Crystalville. So there's no real use case for the gold yet on Crystalville. So it kind of makes sense. It's way more sell pressure on Crystalville for the gold. Providing the liquidity is awesome there. So let's look at this real quick. When you look at the gold on Serendale, okay. So if I want to buy gold on Serendale, if for 100 Joule, you get 80,000 gold. 100 Joule on 100 Joule on Crystalville will give you something around 115,000 gold. So if you're gold mining, if you're actually generating gold, or if you just have a bag of gold on Crystalville, one thing you could do is sell the gold into Joule. So let's say you have 100,000 gold. You're going to get 122 Joule. So it's basically, 1 Joule. Yeah. You're going to get 100,000 gold. Will give you 122 Joule. Because it's worth more. So if we go here to Crystalville, and this is a pretty substantial difference on the pricing. And so that's another thing with the golden eggs with the vendor. We'll look at that too real quick, because yes, the golden eggs appear to be a little cheaper on Serendale compared to Crystalville, but actually the gold is so much cheaper on Crystalville, you're actually getting a better deal buying the golden eggs on Crystalville. So that's another thing to consider. You could take the gold from Serendale, sell it into Joule, send the Joule, sell it back into gold, and you're gaining a lot of gold by doing that. Then you can do all kinds of things. You can put up liquidity for the gold, or you could buy golden eggs there, which I haven't been able to put up liquidity yet on Crystalville for the golden eggs. Like here on Serendale, I can do that. And it potentially creates ARB opportunities for the golden eggs too, okay, on Serendale, but we can't do that yet on Crystalville. So that's awesome. You get so in this scenario on Serendale, on Crystalville, you're getting way less Joule for the same amount of gold. So that's the ARB opportunity. Selling the gold on Serendale into Joule, sending the Joule from Serendale into Crystalville, and then buying the gold. You're going to have a way more gold on your hands if you do that. So that's an ARB opportunity. Another thing, last night, so remember I was tripping up, if you watch the video, about the liquidity provided, the amount of liquidity provided in these gardens on Serendale. I was like, what? No way. Look, it's showing $102 million. Well, no, this is 102 million is in one USDC, which is terribly depegged. So there's all these coins are all out of whack, because if you look at the total market cap for Joule, Joule's been pumping, by the way. That's exciting. And it's actually right now, it's gained better. Joule's been gaining better against Crystal, which makes sense because they're supposed to be paired 1-to-1. The reason why there's such a crazy price difference right now, even though Crystal's still doing good. It's over 40 cents. But now Joul's over 21 cents. Okay. And that only makes sense because the more it gets out of whack, the more it just puts sell pressure on the Crystal back into Joul, because then you can use the Joul to do all the same things on Serendale, even though it's been, the API has just been such a headache here. But this is not true. The total market cap, the entire, which is ludicrous, the entire market cap for Joul is less than $20 million. Then this pool, it says it has 101 million, not counting the Crystalville pools. So that tells you, I don't know what one USDC is actually worth, but I think this might actually have, if one USDC is worth like 3 cents or something, which I think it is, we might actually only have $3 million in all of these pools or something like that. Keep that in mind. That's it for the video. So many things going. I've got the kids. Love you guys. More to come. Hopefully I'll even do a few more today pretty soon. There's so many different videos I want to do, and there's more developers. Shout out to the devs in this ecosystem. They're amazing. They're developing, they're working, they're hustling, and I'm going to have some of them on the show. That's going to be fun. That's on a lot of the different projects I've already talked about, like Difky, and there's another just gem of a developer that I'm really excited to get on the show. Can't wait to do more videos. There's so many more things I want to talk about on crypto, more tips and tricks on this game too, and duels, different things like that. Even though duels are kind of dying off, pretty soon we're going to have, right now we're like in the duels preseason. They're going to upgrade the duels on Crystalville and go to season 1 duels. That's going to be fun. We'll do videos on all of this. We're going to do the how-to videos more also for beginners. I'm going to do a full-blown beginner series, maybe 10 different videos, starting with MetaMask, all these different things to help. We need to get more adoption in this game. Love you guys. Crypto Grady out.